What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more True August and his 2023 album Breathing Room. And the next track, when I looked at it, reminded me in a way of the previous one, which was Appearing Nightly in This Room. This is Royalty at Home, which on the surface of it sounds less overtly musical. And to be fair, the lyrics of the previous tune seem to be more about emotional space than it was about any musical performances per se, but ultimately this one has that same quality of royalty, something of cultural and social, if not historical significance, but then in this room, which is more localized, intimate, and minimal in terms of the scale. So yeah, it has a bit of that oxymoronical quality once again. And I don't think anyone would argue that True August is, in fact, musical royalty, but in this case, I'm less inclined to think that this is autobiographical in that sense, in terms of his relationship to a very famous musician and composer and guitar player. So, yes, ultimately, I don't quite know what to make of it, but as I said, it has this suggestion of larger scale and then immediately takes it down to a smaller and more focused environment. So yeah, I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is True August. The song is Royalty at Home, and it's from his 2023 album Breathing Room.
Make it worth your while. Give you all your pride. Just look into my eyes. They've got reflected sight. So fast like your 20s, but everyone is home. Look into a mirror, so you won't be alone. Does she lead by example? God, I hope she don't. She can look me in my eyes, but she's busy with her own. And I don't love myself enough to take the throne. But maybe not her. She's royalty at home. I can use the extra space for some peace of mind. A self-isolation to get with the times. And I don't royalty at home. But maybe not her. She's royalty at home.
I'm really enjoying this album, and thank you again to Sophia for sharing, and to Jeff, who commented, and I didn't remember this, which is, my oversight, but apparently he mentioned a while back that this would be an album worth going through, and ultimately it is proving true. And I have to say, after only 3 tracks, it feels like this is very much a concept album. The idea of space, emotional in particular, but I suppose psycho-emotional, mental, and expressed or represented in the form of the physical, is already a recurrent theme and has spanned across different songs so far. And number 2, I very much enjoy his vocals. Now in this case, and again, playing off of the concepts of space and a cavernous area which perhaps provides a buffer or is indeed echoic, there is echo on his vocals. They have effects on them, so they feel a bit dispersed and all around you. They are immersive. Thirdly, I very much enjoy the sonics on this one, which, they're electronic, they have a, syncopated weight to them, but they almost remind me a bit of Depeche Mode. Not the earliest Depeche Mode, maybe not even early 90s Depeche Mode, but like the second half of the 90s Depeche Mode, something from Ultra, or maybe even Exciter, which I know is not everyone's favorite album. But yeah, it has a bit of that like funk blues within an electronic context sort of synthesis, and I felt that with this one here. I do also enjoy that like wicked grinding and very electronic synth bass, as well as the more bright and metallic yet still electronic melodic lead. That was very compelling as well, and the way they were integrated was very nicely done. So the musical sense here does strike me as very strong. So again, I suppose it's not terribly surprising, but just because someone's a good athlete, it doesn't mean their child will necessarily be a good athlete, though that is often the case. And I suppose it would be the same for artistic endeavors. So in a way, it's impressive how quality True or Augie's music seems to be, though it's in another way not terribly perplexing or surprising, given that he comes from a very musical family and musical parents specifically. In any case, yeah, so like lyrically it's interesting because number 1, we do get an expression of the song title, but it's in relation to this woman, not him, and he's saying he thinks, maybe he's not worthy of this throne, and she's the royalty at home. So again, it sounds like maybe he's having emotional trepidation or hesitance in terms of feeling like he's on the same level or can be in close proximity with this other person. There's also some clever lines once again, like the idea of like self-isolating to stay with the times, which is a bit contradictory or oxymoronical in the sense that if you want to stay with the times, you have to be plugged into what other people are doing and the current trends and what's happening. But if you're self-isolating, which of course there's a sense of like a COVID reference there, a pandemic reference, but if you're self-isolating, you're insulated. There is space between you and those trends and those goings on in culture, in society, in art forms and entertainment. So again, it's like the line is excuse me, cleverly written, amusing, and yet also on point when it comes to the themes that are seemingly going to be explored across this record. So yeah, I very much enjoyed this one. I'm keen to hear what people have to say about it. Let me know, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.